Hey everybody, just making a quick video showing the brand new Falken all-terrain tire. This is the Falken AT Trail, and these are fitted onto a 2017 Jeep Grand Cherokee Altitude Edition. And the tire size for this is a 265/50 R20. I just want to give you my first general impressions about the tire. So as you can see, the tires are really aggressive looking. All right, so they are an all-terrain tire. It's a huge upgrade over the Bridgestone Ecopias that came stock on the vehicle when I bought it. And this vehicle is, it's four-wheel drive, and it's meant to be taken off-road from time to time. It's not as robust as, say, some of the other vehicles in the Jeep lineup, but it still has that capability. And I always felt a little cautious about going into some rougher terrain with the Bridgestone Ecopias. So I decided to take the leap, and after looking at some YouTube videos, doing all of my due diligence and research, I settled on the Falken ATs here because they've got a lot of good reviews. So I just wanted to give my first general impressions, of the tire. So I do live here in New Jersey, so we are, quite temperate. We got lots of sugar sand roads, and we also have snow from time to time, even though this season hasn't provided a whole lot of snow. But that was a consideration in buying these tires. The Falken AT Trail, which you see right here, they are snow rated. So you can see here, right there, you should be able to see the symbol, even though it's upside down right here. Yeah, so that's a snow rated tire. And that might be useful to you if you're, a heavy traveler, you're going, state to state. A lot of states have restrictions where you have to have chains or studs or something, to that effect. Because you do have that three-peak, snow symbol on there, you don't have to. These are snow-rated tires, so that's a huge consideration. My initial impressions with the tires, obviously they look really aggressive. They look really good. A couple big selling points for me. So sidewall protection. All right. So where I go, there's a lot of big stones and whatnot moving in between, the hard surface and the sugar sand roads. You do come across some very stony places where you want to be, careful when moving, your vehicle through. And I've actually had flats out there on some of these trails, and those flats were a result of penetration through the sidewall. So as you can see, you do get some sidewall protection. Oh, and by the way, you can see the snow rating right there, a little bit easier than in the other rear tire. In any case, that could be a consideration, for you as well. It was for me, and that's one of the reasons why I went with this tire, to get a little bit better sidewall protection. As you can see, it does have a lot of siping, on the tread, so that's going to help push that mud and especially the snow, out and away from the tire. Now, I've only had the tire for literally, I wouldn't say 5 minutes, but just a couple hundred miles. I just got them installed on Friday. Today is Sunday. So my initial impression in driving, with the tires on, first consideration, it's going to be road noise. All right. So I've seen a lot, well, not too many videos talking about, the performance of this particular tire, mainly of the Falken AT3s and whatnot, and people were talking about road noise. Some reports, minimal at best, talking about these specific tires relative to road noise. And I got to sit there and say, there is slight road noise. But here's what I had to do to notice it. I had to turn off all the music. I had to turn down all of the, the climate controls, no fan, windows fully up, and I literally had to find it. And I did find and recognize the road noise. It's at a very specific frequency. You can hear it, relative to speed. So the faster you go, the higher the pitch gets, and the slower you go, then that pitch comes down. I didn't notice it relative to all speeds, mainly upon acceleration and deceleration. That's when I kind of noticed it the most. But I really had to find it. It was very difficult for me to hear the road noise. At first, I thought there is no road noise. But then I wanted to make sure, because I wanted to give a completely honest review. Yes, there is some road noise, but it is so minimal, you're really going to have to strain to find it. Okay? So that was, my first initial impressions, other than the performance of the tires themselves. So very grippy. Very, very grippy. I mean, these tires, as you can see, they've got a tremendous, tread to them. And I got to sit there and say, very grippy, which is a little bit different. I wasn't getting the same amount of roll that I was getting in the Bridgestone Ecopias. And they are also in the same side. They're 265 50 R20s. These have a lot more grip. Now, that could just be because they're brand new. But to me, it felt a little different. It felt much more confident and secure in taking turns. It felt very grippy. And I know that's a terrible word to use, but that's what it felt like to me. It felt very grippy. All right. So those are my initial impressions of the Falken all-terrain trail tire. And by the way, these tires, where I got them from, I found a great deal on them through a site called Discounted Wheel Warehouse. Now, that's not Discount Wheel Warehouse. That's Discounted with an ED. Discounted Wheel Warehouse. I think I got a tremendous deal for all four, okay? 4 tires, $587. Add in shipping, which was $99 to New Jersey, and you come up, what, $587 plus 100, so $687, somewhere around there. I could not find that price cheaper anywhere. I did price matching everywhere. Simple Tire, Discount Tires, Tire Rack, you name it. I went all over, scoured the entire internet, and I couldn't find, that tire for cheaper anywhere. So I think it's a great value if you get it from the right place. Given that the tires retail for about $238, most of the online retailers are selling it for about $184, $187 for this size. I thought that was a very competitive price. I have seen the tires online and other YouTube videos being sold for cheaper from Discounted Wheel Warehouse, but that was a month or so ago. So maybe the cat's out of the bag, and they're going to react to the demand for these tires. But being that Toyota recently announced that these are the tires that they're going to start putting on vehicles like their RAV4, more of their upscale off-road versions like the Adventure, or I think they have a TRD or TRD Pro version of the RAV4. Those are going to be the stock tires. So that's a huge boost for Falken. And obviously, these tires are probably going to be in greater demand now. But those are my initial impressions of the tires. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much.